Hi, hello, good morning. So, in the previous session, we started our discussion from history part, chapter number 1, that is how, when, and where. So, let us continue our discussion for the same topic and same chapter. So, the chapter begins with putting question for us to understand very well or better about the concept. The question is how important dates are. How important dates are. So, for that, we have an explanation or an answer. So, many a time, it is making us to surprise, stunned, wondered, or fascinated when we go on studying about history. That's why history is all about the fascinating dates which makes curiosity, anxiety or excitement for the historians to study about an event which was mainly taken. Then it is about finding out how were in the past and how changes, how we changed. Then most importantly, the dates or the concept of dates, which were mainly given stress or importance by historians. It is given importance in order to compare with present and referring, or with the comparison to past with present. So for that we refer the two different terms, that is before and after. So most importantly, in our day-to-day regular life, our movements, we will be very curious to ask variety of questions or various questions with observing or after observing the things which we use in our regular life, or which we find the things or the other services in our regular life. For example, when did people begin to live in a group? When did people begin to live in group? So for the question, if we go on getting answer, or if we go on thinking about the answer, so we definitely go on studying about the history. So it is possible for us to get the correct or expected information only when we go on taking the help of dates. Then when did railways got developed, or when did the transportation of railway system? So it was mainly given importance for movement of goods as well as movement of people. Then print technology, printing books, magazines, newspapers and other materials. It also creates question to know about the things which are already happened. And along with that, we also go on getting variety of such questions which gives us to think about the dates, even through the discoveries. Then historians explains that there can be no any clear data or process such as this. When we take the consideration of an event which was taken, and when we compare the event taken with the present, and when we give importance for the study of history with the help of date, so historians describe that there is no any clear data or clear process to know about that. We can only refer to span of time, not accurately, not exactly, approximately from here to here. So span of time, it gives particular changes which makes us to feel visible to accept, or visible events which make us to accept. Then most importantly, there was a time when history was an account of battles, events. It was about rulers and their policies. So history usually it includes, it is mainly the subject which is dealing or which explains about different kingdoms, different empires, different kings, different rulers, different battles, wars, events, policies, programs which got introduced or which are mainly associated with the particular dynasty or the particular empire or concerned to particular person. So history is an account of battles and events. So for these events and battles, these specific dates can be determined, and in histories such as the consideration or explanation of an event, of an battle, of any such plans, programs, policies with the help of dates, it reduces a possible confusions which may arise, possible debates which can continue in the discussion of an event which was mainly taken in the history. Then after discussing this question, again one more question arises to us: which dates? So actually the dates are the most important things for the study of history. As I told, dates act as milestone, important part in the study of history. They help us to different type of events, different type of policies, different administrative setup made by different kings, empires, rulers, person and others, and most importantly they help us about the events, position and different developments which took place in the particular period, particular span of time. They also act as landmark due to their long period of time, long term of period. For example, Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon is one of the important monarch ruled in France. So when we try to know about the Napoleon, so the information or explanation about Napoleon, it starts from the day when he is going to take his birth. Then along with that, up to the end, up to the last day of Napoleon, variety of other events also includes in the information which we try to know about the Napoleon. So the information may be when he got or when he came to power, what are the different battles he fought, what are the different administrative services he made for people, so what are the important policies he made, so how he was connected with people in terms of providing administrative services and facilities. So about all these kind of services, it is possible for us to know only with the help of dates. Then dates are important because they note when certain events happen. They express about certain events which are happened. So that's why they are very important, because history is recorded chronologically. Chronologically means systematically from time to time. For example, Napoleon history starts from his birth to his death. So in between the different dates, different periods will come. So those periods, dates, when it is arranged systematically, chronologically, it is helpful for us to know about what has happened, what makes Napoleon to consider as one of the most important famous ruler in France. That's why dates help us to know that one event happened before another event, so that one can examine, one can compare the relationship between the event taken and the event taking and event which may take in future. So it makes us to examine comparison between past to present, present to future. That is what I explained earlier. We use two terms to describe the history, that is before and after. Then consider an example. Let us take an example. The history of British in India. The history of British in India, it starts from the different governor generals, one who appointed in India from Warren Hastings. The history of British in India, it starts from first Governor General Warren Hastings, and it is going to end with last Viceroy, that is Lord Mountbatten. From Warren Hastings to Viceroy Mountbatten. So first Governor General and last Viceroy in British rule or administration in India, it gives a different explanation or different information. So in this period or span of time, it doesn't mean that only Warren Hastings and Lord Mountbatten were the two different people or officers, one who involved in the matter of administration. Along with these two, even different people got appointed as governor generals from different periods, like Lord Wellesley, Lord William Bentinck, Lord Dalhousie, Lord Canning, Lord Lawrence, Lord Lytton, Lord Ripon, Lord Curzon, Lord Hardinge, Viceroy Irwin, and other generals and viceroys. So these chronology, that is the study of different events and different people in systematic for us to understand better about the different chapters about the history of British in India. So here dates are important. So dates need to be taken into consideration for systematic study about the event, battle, program, policy, administrative system, which was mainly implemented or introduced by different kings, different empire, different people in past, present and others. So these chronological order or chronological study of dates make us to compare the events from past to present or before and after. So that's why dates are marked as an important events for the study of history. So let us end today's session, and we will begin the other session in tomorrow's other concept from the chapter in tomorrow's session. So up to that, take care of yourself.